Hi, folks. Theodore Cottingham here. It's been about a week since I've come to you like this, live on YouTube, streaming something from another world, something new, bringing it forth to be a new me, a new you, in concert, not, or are we connecting the Christ, life of one? Will you be the woman Christ in your shoes? Are you willing to be Christ upon the earth now? In a framework that looks like you, your breath, your majesty, your power, your opinions, your prejudices, your mercy seat no more empty, where you prejudice the outcome of me not, but you permit freedom to be free in all you give. The mercy seat too. The key to surrender. I am bringing forth in the earth a new idyllic knot. The ideal of knot. Not your perfect of confusion, but I'm bringing forth me, a network of perfect people. Rejoicing now because they have reestablished the connection to be me, the creator of, the creator's creator. Content network distribution of you, not again seeking a CDN, or will I be everywhere? NCN, not again, or will I be the new Christ network? The woman Christ network. The Christ of Christian privilege, not again, that takes you to an early grave. I'm no more the standard righteousness about. I'm Theodore Cottingham, an old man in Eureka Springs, preaching the gospel of me, of peace, of newborn kings, a newborn race. A race of newborns. A race of people becoming the Christ, who network together now, who know the values of my heart, my presence, my being, my love for each of you, not stymied again. Will you love and love be with love to bring forth love, a network of love, lovers who the first degree hide no more in or from. You who have followed me, followed my recordings, my teachings, availed yourself to my breath and print in your ears, in your mouth, will you be speaking it now? The speakers of the readied me, will you prepare for the revival, not but the resurrection of me being you, the one breath in, no matter what we look like, man, woman in, the woman Christ comes forth. And she shall be in blessing of peace, and wear it on her lips, with her lips, and the voice will praise no other, because it will not be in submission to a man, a God, a framework, a mental deity, a religious organization, or some book. You who have followed me, thank you, but it's time to act. It's time to do something new. It's time to bring forth in the earth a new you. A you not shielded by your hesitations, your hesitancy, your trepidation, your fear. It's time to bring forth a new you, and I'm doing a new thing, and the woman Christ shall rise now in across the earth. And my name is Old Man Theory not. My name is Woman Christ, divulging the privilege that you have to be it now, whether you're man or woman, in the physiology of you, the anatomy, biochemistry, magnetic one. If you've kept up with my teachings for very long, you've surely seen me vacillate. Not that I'm ambivalent, but you may have wondered, what in the world is going on with him? Changing the name of my organization, reference to a school, creating a university, people of light, people that fall on their sword and don't die, doesn't even hurt them. People that communicate without language, as we know it, verbs, nouns, classification of how a language is used. You see, all of this is coming to a head, not the head of Christ shall be raised now in who will be it, the head. So that Christ is no more looking for a place to lay his, because it's yours. Your head becomes the head of Christ. Your flesh becomes his, not, but hers. A woman Christ. A woman in childbirth. Women who will birth the Christ and not conceive manhood in them anymore that takes it from them, that tells them to be conquerable. So I've been the School of God, the University of the New Covenant. I incorporated with that name over 20 years ago. Became tax exempt, nonprofit tax exempt, and operated with that name, in that name, the University of the New Covenant for years, almost 15 years. I guess 14 to be exact. Seems like so much of my life has gone in 7-year increments. Changes, cycles, seasons. I've been in Eureka now 8 years. Wonder what that means. I changed the name. I changed the name on my website often, dozens of times, if you've noticed. And if you've noticed, you've probably been concerned, worried, apprehensive, think I'm hallucinating like AI does sometimes. I'm doing a new chat series, not. But I'm doing a newsletter appeal, not. But I am appealing to you who want my words to set you free, to create yours, to recreate your womb, to study, to see how to redefine God, redefine life, redefine your position, your gender, or what it means to have a womb and bring forth the child of Jerusalem, of the new Israel, Zion, the kingdom, the promised land. Within you, Christ no more looking for where to lay the head, the command processing unit, your CPU, your set of neurons, flashpoints of another world? Or are you changing? Where you sit? Where the light comes down upon you, in you. Will you change your lighting source? Will you change what light you speak with? I ask a lot of questions. And you're answering them, you see, by the past or into the future, seeing now a new revelation of the King, of you, the Christ, the promised land, the promised one in, the promised child, the head of Christ. What am I saying? What am I breathing? Into you a new energy? Will you see it too? Will you heal the land? Will you heal the breath of the Savior not needing one? Or will you bring forth the word of you, the Lamb sacrificed, no more to an evil God, or what you know about good? Or are you changing your stance on what's evil and good? Are you knowing no more the continuum of, or are you changing that which continues you to an effort of death have, so death conquers you, you submitting to it, surrendering to the words of disciples who knew me not? Or are you valuing the values of mankind, not again over you? Will you emit God's righteousness, not? Or are you selling your soul no longer to a God theory, a mental deity, a worship prevailing, constituents truth? I'm selling my newsletter or not? Or am I offering you a subscription to what I teach beyond these words that I show on YouTube? Yes, I am. And I bring forth a new letter of the law, not? Or do you change what you see in your mailbox, your inbox, your reading material, your study, what you research, what you're willing to know, surrender to? I'm creating a network, you see, But I've talked about this for months, off and on, different broadcasts, different teachings on YouTube like this. You see, this is a research institute, not, but I'm instituting. I'm sharing with you my values. You see, a network is coming forth. But I don't want you representing me unless you have walked with me. You can say you're from another world, you're saved, you're recreated, you're this, that, or the other, and whatever definitions you want to apply yourselves to. But if you know me, you become me. Who am I that I should say that? Are you? Telling that to women too now. Men also who will birth the Christ and be at the privilege, the birthed Christ. The Christ in the land now, healing it. No longer powerless, seeking a food supply like a beggar. Are you willing to shed your stamps, not, or will you no more need the food stamps? Are you seeing a different people rejoicing now coming forth throughout the land of Egypt, not again in or knowing the allegory, or no longer being Israel looking to the Mideast, for it's not there. It's in your mind, not it's in your creation of you. And where do you exist, O God? Where do you live? Come and I will show you. Did Jesus show them who asked him? You see, if you're not asking the questions of Jesus, of life, source, universe, if you're not asking the questions of the real me, the real you, the real of the reality of source, no matter what you've called it, no longer a framework of sorrow being imbibed by, will you no longer consume sorrow to let sorrow consume you in your thinking, your research, your words that you speak, say, and let overcome you in the misery of death? Will you defeat it? A network is coming forth, and it's women in childbirth who are men too, who give up your gender, not, or do you have but one or two, or are you birthing something new? The new creation me, the new creation you, the new creations of the new birth, a new race of light that needs not food, stamps as you needed in the past, or will your production systems be sorrowed no more with toxicology of, or changing your forensics, or everything that you know about accounting, or what you analyze, the rhetoric of, the opulence of words, no more worshiping the articulation of some authors or some people who espouse to know so much. Will you no longer be under their authority because you're under yours, not, you're creating yours to come out from under theirs and be the real you, so that you do the works that Jesus did too. Turn the water into wine. Walk on water. Turn the water into wine. Wow. Feed the 5,000, 2 fish, little bread. Can you do that? Will you do that? Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to learn how to do that? Are you willing to connect with people, other people who are willing to do that, whether they are men and women in their clothes, no matter what they dress like? Are you changing? Are your values changing? Are you looking to the Lamb to be the light no more of another? Will you grow up? Will you incarcerate it no more in your image of you between your two eyes? Or what computes you in your neocortex, O Lamb? Of God no more. Ignorant of it? Insolent about it? Are you insular no more? Are you part of a network who will heal the kings, who will be children in the land of light, the land of giants? No more making you afraid of their authority. If you followed me, yes, for some time, you know that I have changed the name of my school, the name of my website multiple times. For-profit, nonprofit. So 2 years ago, I established, and even received tax-exempt recognition for the School of God. But in the last 2 years, I've taught many times about God not being God and the difference between God and God. Gods. And God is not always who you think it is or who says he is. And I've taught values from day one. You must learn to differentiate rhetoric, truth. There's a discernment of truth for you to become it, to behold it, to emit it, to receive it, to understand it. Because in truth you shall be made free, not, but you're given the privilege to grow it, to connect with it, to receive the power of it, to receive its power, to become the power, so that you do the works Jesus did and more. This is the operation of the new covenant. The new covenant, do you know? Jeremiah? Do you know the writings of the kings? Do you know the prophecies? Joel 2, Hebrews 8. Do you know? Do you understand? Have you collaborated with the kings who king the king? You see, friend, the king always kings the kings to be equal, not underneath. There's no collaboration of sorrow that creates a hierarchy or patriarchy. There's an equality of unconditional love. The lovers who become the love source of one, not subject to the force of one, anything else. You see, the source of the source is magical, not. It needs a Messiah, not. It's the realm of the me, who prevent me from being me no more. In you, as you, will you be one. The Christ, in you, the hope of glory, no more looking for. No more wandering around in the blindness trying to find where the mercy seat is or what it's for. So even recently, I went back and reestablished the name, the University of the New Covenant, although I haven't used it for years and let all of that lapse. But in the words that I have channeled For over 2 decades, the University of the New Covenant has come up, of course, many times. I mentioned to you that 2 years ago I established tax-exempt entity called the School of God. And even earlier this year, I established Theodore Cottingham University and received tax-exempt status for it. Because the School of God, every time I use the name God, seemed like I'm defining it, differentiating God from God, God from Lord God, God of the Bible, God of vengeance, wrath, and judgment, or what we call God of unconditional love. What I listen to and value is not that which created a hell for me to exist in. No, there's so much more to the story, and I say that all the time. There's so much more to the story. Are you willing to believe it? Not are you willing to become the conceiver of Christ, where you conceive the seed of Christ. The seed is the word that I'm giving you so freely. The word, the Christ, the seed of you embedded, not in you to bring forth the quagmire of soil, molecularism, lack, dependence on judgment, dependent upon mammon. There's another way to live. The Christ life of one is coming forth. And it's in judgment not, but it is where you begin to select you as the worthy one, letting no one else tell you you're not worthy to be Christ, letting no one else share their sorrow, to pile their sorrow upon your head, to keep you in conformity of the misery that they have known and exist in still yet. The Christ is coming forth, and it's women in childbirth. Not of this nature, but light. Light. You see, where there's an energy going forth that is more than the words that I speak, calling unto you. Calling unto your molecularism not, or am I creating a call to your spirit? The molecularless, the infinite intangible, the original source of you that still exists in you as you, the power thereof, might and glory, simplicity, humility. What are you willing to create? What are you willing to wear? The dress of light. I teach like this, and I have made all of my recordings available to all for a long time. But I'm changing, and I'm establishing a newsletter network, a newsletter base, a source of income for me, a source of income for you too, if you knew it. Or are you willing to know things now you've never known, or conceived of, or imagined? Are you willing to learn from a new world? One of the Spirit, one that languishes no more in your religion or your language of it. I am Christ. Revealing Christ as you, who will be it too, who will birth the Christ in your consciousness and complete it. No longer a wiggling worm in hot ashes under somebody else's umbrella. I'm no longer nonprofit. Or am I resistant to the things of this world and the way they work? Yesterday afternoon, I was thinking about how many times I've changed names, changed the name on my website. Change what bank account my website is connected to, the nonprofit one or simply my account. And I thought about how I've wrestled. And if you've kept up, you've seen it. Maybe you felt it. You felt my wrestling with the angel, wrestling with truth, wrestling. Yesterday afternoon, I seemed to come to a point of comprehension why I have changed and gone back and forth from prophet to nonprofit, to the school of God, the school of love, light, peace, and joy, the school of the 21st century Christ, the school of the woman Christ, and all these names that I've used at different times. I'm not comfortable with the framework of the past. I'm not comfortable with the nonprofit framework. It requires me to have a board. I'm no longer comfortable with the framework that you conjure up in your mind when I mention the word university. You see, each word conjures up something in your memory, your mind, and you have imagery of it. You think of what that means, what that reality is to you of that word between your ears. And I'm no longer, that framework of the way universities work is not my framework. I'm new. It's not about SAT and ACT scores and admissions and tests and competition, grading on a curve and all sorts of that stuff. This is about the development of Christ, the network of one, where all become one. Who is the one? You see, you are, if you will be it. But are you learning to be it? Are you completing the Christ in the reality of the conception of you to recreate you as it? God no more superfluous or a mental deity arising from the past or something far away. I'm creating something new. And the values are imperative to be known, to be understood, not mentally, not just a set of values that you embrace as a theology or a mentality that you embrace in your physical mind, but the values that actually change your spirit, your motive, how your mind works, how your heart operates, how you're connected to each other. Hear me. What you're able to hear, see, feel, and understand and become. So the network of me is about a newsletter subscription, not. A network is about people connecting me to network me, the one mind that you have of Christ, to be Christ in your shoes and love each other. And be still, not again, to be ignorant of who I am. So many people represent God, but they don't know God because they haven't walked with God. They've never felt the breath of God in their nostrils day after day, where they frown not, but they crown the life of one to come through them with their flesh being that which is God upon the earth, knowing it, creating it, the Creator again, no longer in man's mind of separation. So I'm doing a new thing. So many people think they know love because they read somewhere that God is love. And they read the book, they study what they call the divine code, the scriptures. But they haven't felt it. They haven't been to the cross. Have you been to the cross? The cross where your flesh, molecular body is crucified to a wooden cross. Not what I'm talking about. But your mental deification of something else other than you. Are you willing to see you romanced, not again by another? Are you willing to see you in spirit and what your love has to do with this nation of lovers, the world? Will you no longer be afraid of famine, force, fear? A network is coming forth, not naive nor gullible, but completers of the faith, not, but love, loving love, and knowing the difference, knowing what it means to become timeless, of a new nature, of a new breath, of new values, and speaking them, teaching them, becoming the teachers of the law no more, but love, loving love. Will you? Are you? Are you willing to? Are you willing to connect with other people who look like you or sound nothing like you, who may not even know your language, who come from afar? Place in the earth, another galaxy? I suggest to you that Jesus meant what he said, or what's recorded in John 14:12. If you believe in me, you will do the works I do and greater. Don't let anybody else emasculate what those verses mean. John 3:8, a new creation. Jesus said, born again? He defined born again. We have a definition. Religion emasculates it, castrates it. But in John 3:8, Jesus said, the wind, you don't know where it comes from or where it goes. So is everyone who is born of the Spirit. Anyone who is born of the Spirit becomes like the wind. You're not limited to your molecular body. You're not limited to your molecular form again, the gender of, or anything of molecular land that has incarcerated you in the vortex of magnetism, polarity, magnetic waves, electricity. There's more to the story, friend. And I love you, and I give you a new song, not or shall you sing one now. The Savior is saved from death, and it's you. Saving you. No longer serving another. Emergent. The glory of the Lamb, the resurrected, the glorified, the newborn, becoming the Christ in your shoes, will you now? And construct it, creator of creators, with joy, love, and peace, divine. Thank you for sharing this, and thank you for listening. Some of you have listened many hours to my heart, to what I have shared with you over these years. You know, there's over 2,500 videos on YouTube now, free and available to you. But I send out a letter, an email sometimes, and I charge for that now. I'm going to be charging. Because I want to differentiate who's serious and who's not, who's willing to learn my values and be the King's breath, to elicit the King's donations, not again, or will you construct a temple not made to God's other? Will you be the temple not made with hands now? Not even molecular. Not even bound by time, space, or gravity. Will you connect with people all over the world, all over this land and farther? I'm constructing something new. So it's not exactly the framework of a university, a school, a nonprofit, as we have thought about these things in the past. And I'm creating it. And if you want to create with me, becoming one of the creators of this network, you can contact me. I've told you how many times. And you know my website is my name, TheodoreCottingham.com. But it's also the schoolofgod.com. It's also thewomanchrist.com. Oh my word. I am all of these names. I am the school with no name. I am the school of every name. I am the school of your name, if you will be it too. You see, as I come through you, you will love love and begin to emit love and associate love's words, love's values, and the values of love-loving love you will espouse no longer in a mental framework, but the spiritual being of you will emit no other, and you'll begin to change how you speak with people, how you look at people, and what you think of them, especially you. So I'm asking you, inviting you to connect with me in a new way and think outside the box. No longer letting certain definitions hem you in. You may need to wrestle with it too. Wrestle with the angel, wrestle to get out the box. Or will you realize it's all provided for you? What's it? Existence. Where you create for the creators too. Will you equalize the path for others too? Will you equalize the path so it's not so bumpy for other women, other men to dress in a dress, other men to become women? Or what are you genderizing no more the proliferation of? Will you see the spirit of the food stamp lines not, or the soup kitchens will? Fail you not, or will you change what you're willing to see? Come upon the earth now. Will heaven you construct it? In you first. No longer being held here in sorrow's uniform of conformity, of flesh, molecular physics with. I have crowned the light and invited you to be it. My name is Theodore Cottingham, in love with love. I give you a new me. I give you a new you. I give you a new image of you. I'm asking you not to limit your image of you any longer to the things of the earth, but to crown the light and connect with the Creator's choice of sorrow no more, but the crown of light to set each other free. I bring forth the new covenant me. You who bring forth the new covenant you. And sorrow no more. A new land is born, and the breath is breathed by sorrow's nostrils not, but God, who adorns only one, the one we all were before time began. I love you all. TheodoreCottingham.com. You know how to reach me. You can write me even at Box 34. Box 34 in Eureka Springs, Arkansas, USA. Be the school of the new covenant in you, the school of the new covenant you, the school of the voice of sorrow no more in your inner mind. Let the voice of love set you free, to free it, to teach you all things. This is the operation of the new and living covenant, the everlasting, eternal, infinite. Crown you with it, the voice of one be, no longer looking where to lay your head for another night. Never alone again. A lot of things you have the privilege to look up free and be the realization of the realizers, of the resurrectors who resurrect now, the glorification of one, the God of not sorrow, but the ones humble enough to create and connect the Creator's network. The woman Christ be one, if you will. Check my website. See you later. Be the Creator's adoration of no other. You're perfect. Be the perfect love of one this day. I love you all. See you later. Share these words. Share my newsletter. Subscribe. Start a school. I give you ideas, resources for you to start a school, the school of God, that you engineer not, but that you lead in your values of loving you enough to love each other equally. Where you start a school, you start a share group, a book club. You begin to write, you begin to read, you begin to study and research and bring forth the Lamb No more taking her to death. Create the Creator's mother, father, sister, brother. Be the one, the natural normal born of the spirit of one. See you, love. The Woman Christ Network. Not the Christian of, certainly not religion of, but freed from all religion and all the definitions of the past. Create the new you. With love at your side no more, but you being it. Create the Creator's network of one. You're invited. I love you. See you later. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to know you're there. I'd love to feel your heart, full of pain no more, but perfect light, letting it go to all those you know, so gracefully. Where you sit on the mercy seat, judging all the others, all the 12 tribes of Israel, to be equal with you, all creators of the Creator again. Limitless love, never needing a meal of sorrow again. I love you. TheodoreCottingham.com. Good day. Please write me. Please let me hear from you. If these mean anything to you, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, O hearer of these words, so that you bring forth yours in the same realm, the same way, in perfect surrender, to be the one you really are, no longer separate from all